to a modern industrially developed country. Železnik, the big machine industry, was the first factory which was built in the process of industrialization of Yugoslavia. Visit to it was the Premier Nehru's first opportunity for an intermediate contact with workers of Yugoslavia. In the town hall, Nehru met town people. In Železnik, he met workers. At the sports stadium in Belgrade, he met youth. Many people wanted to attend to a short performance with which youth and the army greeted the great statesman and friend Premier Nehru. Children, youth and men from the army competed in this performance. Exercises of children from Novi Sad and exercises of the army, which symbolized the role of the People's Army in defending the peaceful life of socialist Yugoslavia, were the best numbers. Premier Nehru acquainted leaders of the country and representatives of political, social and cultural life of Belgrade, army commanders, members of the diplomatic corps and others in the reception in White Palace given in honor of prominent guests by President Tito and his wife. Members of folk dance company Kolo showed on that occasion several dances from the rich folklore treasury of Yugoslavia. Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the daughter of Premier Nehru, was interested in some other things. She visited Women's Union in Belgrade, several cultural and sanitary organizations, and the hospital Boris Kidrich. At the moment of Premier Nehru's visit to Yugoslavia, the parliament discussed economic problems. The discussion was interrupted to hear the speech of the Indian Prime Minister. All benches were full. At the appearance of the prominent guest, enthusiastic applaudissements broke out. Ovation lasted 5 minutes. Addressing to Indian Premier, the speaker, Moshe Piade, said, "I especially want to thank you for your coming here and for the opportunity that we can listen to you." Then Nehru came to the tribune. In the same hall where deputies voted for freedom, for republic, for socialism, where Tito was elected the president of the republic, came out quiet and unusual words of Hindu language. Visit to India of your honorable president, whom we consider with pride as our friend, said Nehru, led to a new movement in both countries, led to a new mutual understanding. That is the lucky event indeed, advantageous for our two countries as well as for the world in general. From the seed which then seeded grew up the tree which is prosperous and whose shades cover vast spaces. Not only members of parliament, but the citizens of Belgrade wanted to hear President Nehru. They waited for him in front of the parliament building. Nehru spoke to them. During these 2 days, I witnessed your warmth and love. I shall never forget it. You linked me to you with strong links, which can be made only by love and warmth. Round green table, two prime ministers didn't create a new bloc, the third power. They wanted to show by an example that collaboration of two countries which follow different ways to the same aim is possible. Before leaving Belgrade, President Nehru gave a reception in government building and he invited President Tito and his wife, Moša Pijade, Alexander Ranković, many other Yugoslav high officials and diplomatic corps. The end of his stay in Belgrade meant acquaintance of the country and peoples of Yugoslavia. Beauty of land, cultural monuments and big industrial objects hurried to meet Nehru. The blue train didn't stop very often. The speed was lowered before Zenica. Numerous chimneys cover the landscape. Zenica is the new built industrial town that is a modern iron and steel factory. It produces thousands of tons of steel, and that means modern equipped factories. Zenica is the biggest industrial center of the People's Republic Bosnia and Herzegovina. Capital of this republic is Sarajevo. There is no town in Yugoslavia where such contrasts could be found. Monuments of far and near past, traces of clashing east and west. Sarajevo was under yoke of occupation for ages. Baščaršija, around 500 years old, with its crafts and shops remains to east. it yields to a new city with 140,000 inhabitants, to a political and cultural